Okay, let's get right into it. I want to talk about your new album. I love the title of this album, Songs for the Drunk and the Brokenhearted. So tell us about this album.
Yeah, well, I think most people can probably resonate with at least one part of that equation at the moment. You're either drunk or brokenhearted, or perhaps both. Yeah, it's been a tough year for everyone, and I think I went through a breakup just before all of this crazy pandemic stuff happened, and yeah, I think the combination of the two things, I've written an awful lot of songs around it and created this album. So I think it's probably a bunch of songs that a lot of people can resonate with right now.
Absolutely, totally, always. That is true. I want to know, can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Ed Sheeran?
Yes, I met Ed many years ago. I was a street musician for many years, and I would play on street corners in the daytime and then in pubs in the evenings. And I was in Cambridge in the UK and happened to play this tiny little pub, and 16-year-old Ed Sheeran was playing just before I was. And yeah, it was just amazing to watch this kid basically just destroy it, incredibly talented young man. And we became friends that night and did a bunch of shows together and became really good mates. And then, yeah, he sort of turned into the biggest pop star in the world. And it's been lovely to me, and, has taken me out on tour and championed my music. And actually, funnily enough, he produced my latest single, Sword from the Stone. So yeah, it's a long story. That is the very, very short version of it.
Have you met his baby?
I haven't, only on FaceTime. It's very, very sweet, but I haven't met her in person. I look forward to.
Who are you surprised to learn was a Passenger fan?
That's a really good question. I don't think there are too many celebrity Passenger fans that I've come across. I'm a bit of a crap celebrity. I don't really mingle with famous people other than Ed. I actually played this charity night. I'm a big Arsenal fan. I'm a big football fan, and my team is Arsenal. I played a charity night at Arsenal, and a couple of the players said that they were fans and they'd been to gigs before. So in my silly little world, that was kind of mind blowing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many celebrity famous Passenger fans there are.
So professional athletes are getting pumped up to Passenger.
Yeah, that's maybe why Arsenal are performing so badly, because the music isn't motivational. It's really depressing. They need to listen to like Eye of the Tiger or something before they go out. Not my sad.
That's super funny.
Yeah.
You played our Winnipeg Folk Festival in 2018. Do you have any memories?
I loved it. That summer was so cool because I've always wanted to do like the Canadian folk festival circuit. And yeah, we did Vancouver Island. We did, I think Edmonton was that summer as well. A bunch of them. And yeah, Winnipeg was awesome. I just loved it. We do have folk festivals in the UK, but I think what you guys do in Canada is really unique, actually, and there's such a fantastic audience for this kind of music. It was so lovely to get in front of those people. I think a lot of those guys, weren't so aware of my music up until that point. So I just felt like I was reaching a whole new audience of very discerning Canadian folk lovers. And that was a really fun time for sure.
Absolutely. People are at the Folk Fest. When they are watching music, they are engaged in the music because you'll see there's a section of people that they're seated. And then there's sections of people off to the side that get to stand, and the alcohol is far away. So you are just there to watch the music.
Yeah. And it's really, for the kind of music that I make, it's great because, a lot of festivals you turn up in the sort of poppier or rockier festivals and everyone's drunk and it's like, it's rowdy and it's loud. And I sort of walk out on stage with my guitar on my own with no band and it's like, cool. So I think it's always lovely to play those folk festivals where people are really engaged in the music. And I felt very lucky to be able to do that. And hopefully over the next few years, I can get out and do something similar again. Yeah.
What is it like promoting a new album during the pandemic?
Well, I do a lot of this. I sit at my kitchen table and talk to people all over the world, which is pretty amazing, actually. And, years gone by, I've gone on these massive promo trips where, before a record comes out or just after it comes out, you travel the world and you do a gazillion radio stations, and it's fun, but it's tiring. And also from a sort of environmental point of view, you start to think like, that's a lot of flights, that's a lot of carbon footprint, And so I kind of think, this is probably the way it's going to be done from now on, really. I think it should be. I think that's the responsible way of doing this. And I think we're also used to it now. Maybe it's one of the sort of positives to come out of this, that hopefully we can start to be a little less sort of travel-y if we don't need to be. Yeah.
Have you picked up any new hobbies during the pandemic?
I've been so lazy. I don't know about you, but like for the first like couple of weeks, I was like, everyone's running around like, oh, I'm going to learn like Latin and the clarinet and all this kind of stuff. And I just didn't do anything. Like I just didn't. That momentum sort of fell away, and I've just watched a lot of Netflix and cuddled my cats and written songs, and that's basically it.
I am on the same page as you, but swap out cat, put in dog. I am right there with you.
As long as you've got something furry and delightful to cuddle, I think you're all right. Yeah.
I want to know, what are you listening to? Obviously, music is super important to you, but what are you listening to right now?
Only my own album.
Really?
Just over and over and over again, and that's like for the last 2 months. No, I'm joking.
I know.
That would be horrible. What am I listening to? I'm a massive fan of the Taylor Swift album that came out a few months ago. I love it. I mean, to be honest, I listen to a lot of kind of old man music. I love Paul Simon and Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and all of those sort of like fantastic older singer-songwriters. So that's my staple diet. But yeah, I do sort of flirt with the odd modern album every now and again as well. But probably a bit of an old man when it comes to music. Yeah.
If someone was going to listen to just one song off this new album, what one would you want them to listen to? Obviously, you release your singles thinking like that, but
I do think Sword from the Stone, which happens to be the current single. I just think it's I wrote it in lockdown. It was one of the sort of later songs that I wrote, and I think it's got something very universal about it. I think most people who have been through lockdown, especially lockdown on their own, could maybe relate to it. So yeah, if people have time to listen to one Passenger song, then I would recommend Sword from the Stone if they would like to.
And my last question for you, what's next for Passenger? We see that you're supposed to be coming to town in November.
I mean, I really hope that can happen. Fingers crossed. We have a few festivals over the summer, and then headline touring sort of over the fall and winter. So I really hope it can happen. And if it doesn't, then definitely 2022 for some touring. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm actually doing a live stream every week, every Sunday. If people are bored on a Sunday, then they should tune into my YouTube channel or Facebook page at it's 7 p.m. UK time. I can't tell you what that is for you guys,
figure it out.
But yeah, and I'm doing a different Passenger album every week, which is kind of terrifying actually, but it's good fun. And so yeah, people should check it out if they have time.
That is fantastic. Awesome. I love that so much. We look so forward to seeing you hopefully in November. Fingers crossed, because you are playing the Burt, and that is one of my favorite venues in town. Awesome. And thank you so much for taking the time today.
It's been a total pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Bye.